What's up, Ryan Kruesi Originals, and on today's episode, we're going to be finishing most of this Super Glide build right here. This is the cheapest Super Glide we could possibly build, the cheapest way that we possibly can, because I got to get it off the lift and get a brand new street bob on here that we're going to do some crazy shit to. So like, subscribe, stay posted. Here we go. What? It's really raining in Phoenix, Arizona. It is a Tuesday.
Tuesday.
I think it's Tuesday.
Tuesday, isn't it?
It's Tuesday there, bud. Trent's over here helping me today. I need to get this thing done really quick. Excuse me, done with this guy. Man, I just ate a bunch of breakfast burritos.
Do that all again.
Oof. It's raining here in Phoenix, Arizona today.
Way less enthusiastic.
It's been raining really hard here, actually, and it's flooding in the back of the shop underneath the door and everything, and like it's raining all over town, and it's just crazy, crazy shit happening. But it is wintertime, and we do get a lot of not rain here in the wintertime normally. We don't get rain in the wintertime, we get rain in the summertime. But that being said, today we're going to finish up a lot of this thing as much as we can. We don't have the exhaust. You're pulling the exhaust off your bike, right?
Yes, I'll bring that in tomorrow.
Well, we can get the exhaust tomorrow. We got the back wheel back from Cash. It looks brand new. I'm going to assemble the back wheel and put all that stuff back together. Trent's going to work on the cables. We need different throttle cables and a brake line, so he's going to get all that dialed in and figured out and ordered or bought or put on, depending on what we have in stock and have around. Woo! I'm probably going to tear into the primary and start working on putting mid controls on it, because this has forward controls. And you know what forward controls are good for? Not a goddamn thing. That's what they're good for. I mean, unless you're... Nah, they just suck. There's nothing good for forward controls whatsoever. And I don't care how tall you are. Because
what if you're 6 foot? I was going to say, what if you're 6 foot, dude?
That's right. I do get that a lot. Well, I'm 6 foot, brother. You know, I'm pretty tall, and I can't be riding with forward controls because my knees get all locked up. Well, I'm 6'3", and I ride with forward controls all the time. So, that being said, Trent's 5'7".
8.
8.5.
Thank you.
That's right.
For the half.
But
like a quarter,
we also have
we'll
friends that are literally 6'10", and they ride with nothing but mid controls, because if you're riding with forwards, you're only riding in a straight line, really, slowly and incompetently, and not really confident in the control you have over the motorcycle. Let's get into the forward control debate. You guys can comment down below and just fight back and shit talk me all you want to about how forward controls are awesome and how you can shred with your forward controls. But if you really can shred with your forward controls, come ride with me sometime. Let's go for a little ride. Let's go for a little ride up Yarnell Hill. You show up with your forward controls, and I'll show up with my mid controls, and let's just take a little ride up the hill, and I'll wait for you for a couple hours at the top, and when we get up, we'll discuss your forward control shit again. We'll have that discussion one more time. That being said, I'm going to move on to pulling the back wheel apart. Oh, let's take a look at the back wheel. It's pretty dope. Here she is. Look at this wheel. If you guys remember from the last video, this thing looked like hell, and now... I don't know what vapor blast, I've never actually seen it done in real life or know what it does, but that is one fresh ass looking wheel. It actually looks better than stock. She just looks like a nice billet aluminum wheel. I don't know if I'd put greasy hands on this by any means, but she's gonna look real nice. Once the back's done, I'm gonna pull the front wheel off and then we'll send in the front wheel. I just didn't want to have this thing stuck on a lift with no wheels on it and have it hard to move around, so in case we need to move it. But now, I'm going to throw a tire on this for starters, just to keep the wheel safe while I put bearings in it and all that jive. Let's go put a tire on. It's a really exciting day for June, because she's been waiting for this ever since we got back from Christmas break. It's raining outside, and the back parking lot is flooded, so today is a perfect day to dispose of the Christmas tree with the flamethrower. It's going to be pretty awesome. So definitely don't go anywhere. We might burn this whole motherfucker down. I'm going to get a tire. We have one brand new Dunlop 401 up there. This is where me and Trent keep our burner tires for the stunt bikes that are like our special saver tires, because when you're stunt riding, you want like the old burner tires, because the brand new tires stick way too well, which we bought brand new 401s to do a stunt show, and we're like, we're going to try new tires out. It was a horrible mistake. They were like, trying to drift on a fresh tire really sucks. We got a fresh 401 to throw on this here build, and we got something real special inside this box that here pretty soon we're going to do a something real special inside the box unboxing, something I've wanted for a really long time. something that we've needed for a really long time. Something that's going to be really, really forking awesome. If you guys can guess what it is, comment down below, and let's see who comes up with the right answer, because I'll give you a hint. It's heavy as a fornicator. 401 burners, those are the best. Like, by burners, I mean like little dry rotted, little hard, little old. They slide nice. A little harder to hook up a wheelie, but if you know how to wheelie, you should be able to wheelie anything if you're going to be riding stunt shows. So I'm going to put that on. Brand new tire, brand new wheel, brand new bearings, brand new hardware. I'll show you how to torque a sprocket properly so it doesn't come unbolted. No, you do not need a bolt locker bullshit kit, because those are trash and a fraud, and it's false. What you need to do is just know how to torque something properly and know how to set the bolts up right, and it will never come unbolted. I have never, ever, ever had a sprocket come unbolted or a bolt back out in any kit I have done in 13 years. So, you're about to find out how.
Penis.
That's some thick lubricant right there. Had some people ask what kind of tire lube we use, mostly anal-ease. You can use it at home as well. You get it at Castle Megastore, anal-ease. I don't know what it is, honestly. Oh, it's Montega de Penis. The valve stem will always go on the brake side. This is a dyna, so brake side be going there. Balance dot always goes with the valve stem as well. She's a tight one. Real tight one. Let's do this. I'm going to do this mechanically. Really don't want to get the anal-ease all over my fingers. New from anal-ease. This is Analstat 7. And now on the new black tube, Analstat 9.5. I like to let them deflate all the way. Make sure the bead doesn't pop back off. That way you can tell if it's like good and locked in place. It is really raining outside. 40 PSI, factory spec.
What up, dude?
Hey, sorry to interrupt your guys' regularly scheduled program, but I just want to tell you that we got shirts back in stock. The hoodies are back. Can you see it? We've got long sleeves on the new guy. Look at that. Look at how nice he looks. We got t-shirts, and we've even got some new shit. This is our second contest winner for the t-shirt design. This is also the Kruesi ticket shirt, I guess is what we'll call it. It's pretty dope. Actually, I think it's super dope. I'm really pumped on it. These are all available on KruesiOriginals.com. And don't forget, April 6th, we're putting on one of the largest events Bike Week in Arizona has ever seen. Biggest stunt competition, lowrider car hopping, drift competitions on motorcycles. It's going to be wild. Bike shows, everything. Come out, be a part of it. Family friendly for everyone. Peace. Right now, I'm going to give you the elusive how to torque a sprocket to a Harley Davidson wheel the proper way. And no, you do not need a lock, bolt, locking bullshit. What would you call that? What would be the proper word for that?
Sprocket lock.
You do not need a sprocket lock.
Are you trying to make like a bullshit name for it, or like what people are calling it?
Well, because they're bullshit.
Well, they are bullshit, but...
What would be the name for, like, if I was to say it's bullshit without saying bullshit? Gimmick?
Gimmick?
Gimmick's the word. That's what I'm looking for. You do not need a sprocket lock gimmick, because those are all created by people, I think, that don't know how to torque a sprocket properly. They're bullshit. I've seen so many of those back out and destroy wheels because they had sprocket locks on instead of just torquing and setting up the thing properly from the get-go. Then you don't have those problems, which most of those you have to clock the bolt just right, so you're either going to over-torque it or under-torque it to get it to set up right. So why would you put that shit on there? I mean, it is a nice upsell for someone to make more money off of you, or they could just teach you how to do it, which is what I'm going to do right now. Are you ready? Here's the tools that you need. A quality torque wrench, Snap-on Matco real torque wrench, not some Craftsman rat shit that could be right torque, could not be, maybe who knows what. A real quality dialed in torque wrench that goes up to at least 100 plus foot-pounds to 150, because a torque wrench is only good for like the 50% in the middle. So if you've got a 100 foot-pound torque wrench, 1 to 25 is not accurate. 75 to 100 is not that accurate either. It's only in the middle range that's an accurate torque. So you need something that's like 150 foot-pounds. This one goes from 50 to 200. I take that back. This one goes from 25 to 200. This is a bad motherfucker right here. This thing costs about 800 bucks. This is a real deal torque wrench. You also need a 7/16 18 thread chaser. If you don't have this, stop now, go buy one. Don't do this job until you have this. You also need an air nozzle and some serious compressed air. These are tools that you must have. If you don't have, stop. Don't put a sprocket on your wheel because you'll be buying a wheel and a new axle lock kit because both of them are going to fail. Next, red Loctite. Red Loctite, real red Loctite. Thread locker. So we're going to start with thread chaser. I don't care if your wheel's brand new. I don't care if it's been powder coated, sandblasted, cleaned. I don't give a shit what's been done to it. It could have just had an acid bath. You're going to run a thread chaser through every single one of these threads and clean them out. This one's been vapor blasted, and you see how catchy it is instead of running through smooth? There could be little burrs. There could be old Loctite. There could be little granules of sand. Anything that's going to stop you from getting a true 100% torque reading. Because putting on a sprocket is not just throwing a sprocket on. You're not just cranking her down there. There's a science to this shit. This thing's getting vibrated and beat on and vibrated and beat on all day long. And as soon as one vibrates loose, you're screwed. Now I'm going to blow these out. Everything is clean. Hardware. These are grade 8. Grade 8 hardware with a grade 8 lock washer. Not a washer and a lock washer, a straight up just lock washer. So this guy will bite into the bolt and bite directly into your sprocket. This will lock this in place once torqued properly. You also want to have maximum amount of threads. I like to have 1.5 inches to at least 2 inches of threads engaged in the wheel itself. The more the merrier. If you can get 3 inches, go ahead. I'm sure she'll be a lot happier. But you got to make sure that the collar does not engage in the thread. If they have a shank on them, which they all do when it comes to real grade 8, real spec shit. So you want to make sure that is dialed. This dude has a lot of thread engagement, which it will have about 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 more once the lock washer is compressed. I'm going to put on a generous amount of Loctite. See that? The Loctite's down here at the end. It's not down here at the end that doesn't go into the threads. It's out here at the end, so then it works its way into it. Give her a little blow. Make sure she's fully covered. We'll put this dude on. That sprocket is a tight fit. Heavy Loctite. Get her all even through all the threads. See that? See that? Now, big, quality, real torque wrench. Set to 75 foot-pounds. 75. Not 65, not 85, not 70, not 72, 75 foot-pounds. I'm going to go in a star pattern. Now that I've done that, I'm going to go back to the one that I started on, the very first guy. Because now that I've torqued these, yes, they may be torqued, but I've also compressed everything, so maybe the first guy got loose. Maybe I missed one. Maybe this one didn't stretch enough. Maybe this didn't seat. You saw how hard it was to get the sprocket on. It was a tight kind of press fit onto the cone around the bearing. So I'm going to start back at the first one, and now I'm going to go around in a circle. This way I know everything has been hit and it's been double torqued. Done deal. I sound real confident when I'm talking about this, and I stand by how I do this because I've been doing this for a long time. I've been installing chain drive kits on dynas for 15 years. I was one of the first companies to ever produce a chain drive kit for a dyna. Everybody else after that was a copy and a, a little bit of a ripoff. I had a lot of people buy my stuff and then use my dimensions to create chain drive kits after that. We were the second company. There was another company doing them before and we were using them, but they were so cheaply made. That's why I developed one of the first production bolt-on chain drive kits for Harley Davidsons 15 years ago. There's been lots of other stuff out there for the chopper days and all that other shit, but as far as like real deal dyna performance shit, it came out of here. Our stuff was all manufactured in Portland, Oregon. It was dialed, and it's even more dialed now because we manufacture it right here at home out of some space age shit that I don't even understand the science behind it, but it is the baddest chain drive kit on the market. This right here is tried and true. It has been years and years of stunt riding, years and years of beating them to death, and there is not another shop in this country that rides motorcycles or beats on motorcycles like we do. There's not another shop in this country that has put their bikes through the test and the time and the trials and the era and the just straight up beatings of bikes that we do here at Kruesi Originals. If you're going to build a performance bike and you're going to have someone build you a performance motorcycle and tell you how to build a performance motorcycle, make sure they actually can perform on a motorcycle. Now you know how to put on a sprocket. Go ahead and tell me how I'm wrong. This is actually all for June. June's been wanting this for so long, but I'm a little nervous about it because if anybody's ever lit a very dry Christmas tree on fire, it goes up like a son of a bitch. But thankfully, we have Law Tigers in the house to watch our ass today, so if this goes bad, Law Tigers is here to keep us safe. Yeah! That's right. If you guys ever find yourself in a situation where, say, you're on a motorcycle ride with your buddies and some asshole plows into you, call Law Tigers. They've taken very good care of all of our friends that have been in motorcycle wrecks, including Dave that worked for us and got hit really bad, and Dave's doing really well now. Law Tigers will take good care of you. They're not taking any money from you until they win the case, and they're gonna win the case. They're gonna get you paid. Insurance companies are out there to just work you over. You pay them all that money for a reason, so why not get a check? If you get hurt, get a motherfucking check. Hit up Law Tigers. Actually hit us up, and then we'll make sure that they take good care of you. Now, I'm gonna go burn a Christmas tree with a motherfucking flamethrower. Just deep in the pond out there.
Oh, you'll be all right.
Have you seen these lowrider shoes I've got on right now? Yeah, and all the oil in the water is gonna go great with the Merry Christmas, everybody. It's really hot! Oh my God, it's really hot.
Folks, don't try this at home.
Shit, that's hot. America. Jesus. America. That's right. This is brought to you by Law Tigers. Say you're driving down the road and some asshole decides to burn a Christmas tree with a flamethrower and you run into it on your motorcycle. Call Law Tigers. They'll take good care of you. Just don't sue me. I got a flamethrower. So, we just burned the Christmas tree down. Now I'm eating these nuts. And my boy Matt D stopped by. He does some window auto glass, and he's fixing up the vet windows because when I'm driving in the rain, it's like I just turned on a water faucet and it's just pouring through my windows right now. We'll get a little check out on what he's doing. Why I eat these nuts.
Are you all out of nuts?
That's good nuts.
Man, Ryan, I was hoping to get some of your nuts, man.
What you got going on, Matt?
Well, what we got going on is your simple, someone probably wired this up, obviously, for a sound system. We always like to find nice little treats in there, you know? We got a loose regulator, so we're gonna tighten things up here. Hopefully get it to adhere to that sill better so water stops seeping in. And then we're gonna check its sills on top of that. When it comes to these floating door sills, there's a plethora of problems that you could run into. So we start off with the basics, strip everything down, make sure everything's tight, and we're gonna go from there. Basically, you don't have anything that's gonna cover this outer part of the glass. So that's gonna lead to majority of your problems. And if you have someone that breaks these down, 9 out of 10 times, they don't know how to properly get these to sill, on the sill proper. We're just gonna do the measurements and just basically start from the ground up.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm excited because driving this in the rain is the most fun. It's just like Slide City, man. I gotta admit, I was getting really out of control on the streets yesterday or Sunday, whatever day it is. It was Sunday, and I was all hyped up because the angle kit was dialed and had the boys out, and I might have done some 360s down not on purpose, but you know, we was swinging them, all of us, and I was getting real excited. And 400 horsepower with 50 psi in the rear tires in the rain is a terrible idea. It was a blast, but I want to be able to drive it in the rain, and it literally was just pouring water through the window. Like the window was rolled down, basically. It was pretty bad. I also need to get this thing over to Phoenix Tinting and get the goddamn tint off the windows, because the people that had it before me limo tinted it, and that shit sucks. You can't see anything, and most drift events are at night in Phoenix because it's so hot. And I couldn't see.
Fishbowl it.
Dude, I couldn't see shit, nothing at all. My front window's tinted too. I couldn't see nothing. It was miserable. So I want to get all that gone. Just get her dialed. Just one more step closer to getting the old Little Red Money Pit dialed in and ready to rip. Pretty stoked.
Everything's a money pit. Trucks, motorcycles.
Matt's got a long travel truck. He knows the money pit thing too.
Good times, good times.
Good times and great paychecks is what they are.
So what we could do here is you'll see, if you want to bring that camera on over here, let me see that little Don Johnson.
Oh, it's a shame you're so shy.
So you come in here, this is where your regulator gets loose, and you can see how much plays in here. Yeah, we don't want that.
Yeah, she's loose as a goose, that's for sure.
I feel like you may have got her there. You stretched her out a little bit, Ryan.
Where are they gonna find you, Matt?
Just have my simple phone number, 623-414.
Oh man, you didn't. No.
Oh, okay, never mind.
You don't want to put that shit on the internet.
Yeah, I might be getting some weird phone calls.
Yeah,
you're right. You're right.
You're getting butthole pics from all kinds of people. You don't want none of that on there.
Oh, I'm Matt D.
I'm Matt D on Instagram.
Yep.
Yeah, he is the window guy out here. He does a lot of the drift cars, a lot of the hot shit out here. Lambos, all that fancy stuff.
Oh man, that was a good time.
Bruce is here. I gotta go do some computer things and pass over some fancy footage to him, and then I'm gonna go back and work on that Super Glide out here. How do you like this power stance I got on the car right now?
All right.
On today's episode of Fun Times with Ryan, we're gonna talk about bondage and other things we're into.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. All right.
Okay, say bye to the people, Matt.
Hey, have a good one. Be safe out there, and don't do anything the good Lord wouldn't do.
Well, that was fun. That's how you properly dispose of a Christmas tree. If you've got a Christmas tree in your house that's too dry, the best thing to do is light it on fire. They go away
Wow,
pretty
now
fast.
it looks like the tree Charlie Brown used to have.